You are still watching Ways. Now on July 27th is a day to celebrate independence from the abuser. National Love is Kind Day is a day to celebrate for all victims of domestic violence, domestic abuse, their freedom and independence from their abuser. Recognize our rights to be treated with kindness because real love is kind, not terrorizing. Realize that kindness is the path to healthy and safer relationships, families, societies, and the world. Now, this also gives voice and hope and support to others who are still suffering, often in silence. Now, spread the message on how we can be kind to one another, especially to those closest to us. Now, remember that love is not abusive. It's not violent, it's not demeaning or dehumanizing. If someone uses love as an excuse for their hurtful behavior, it's not real. With every generation, the circle of abuse continues to cripple families, especially women and children who are most vulnerable. The cycle of abuse must stop now. So, today is the day to remind someone that you are deserving of a higher love. If you're in an abusive relationship, today is the right day to walk away. This is actually interesting.
The topic, I never really had a special day for love is kind, love is whatever, because I know, I mean, I say it all the time, it's not a story I like to say, but I survived domestic violence, and I actually admire the lady that walked away, because she's even stronger than who I am today. I did what I had to do to walk away, and once you recognize it, stop assuming it's going to get better. Please just find safety first. And then love from a distance if things can be resolved with therapy. If not, please just give yourself peace of mind and be safe and healthy.
Yeah. And you know, the thing about abuse now, it's not even, at some point you will think, okay, abuse is women, men suffering, beating up women and all of that. I mean, I read the news. A young girl in Auchipole, I believe, she was on a run because she had killed her boyfriend because he cheated on her. Thankfully, they had arrested her yesterday.
But it took days.
It took days. But I'm saying that so the boy was in an abusive relationship. Obviously, that death was not the first time. She must have threatened him. She must have done a lot of things.
Hit him a few times.
She would have hit him a few times. But
and probably wouldn't say anything because men are not supposed to be the ones suffering that.
Yeah, they're not wired for that. So
it could be anybody. It could be any gender.
Absolutely, it
that
could
is
be
the
any
abuser,
gender. But look at what has
don't
happened.
be ashamed to speak up.
I'm telling you. So even if you're a guy and a woman is not treating you right and all of that, just walk away from the relationship. Nothing is worth losing your life over. All right. So, Lady, what did you find first in the news?
In the news today, I found that they said, let me go back to it. Yes. And they said some senators demand Buhari's resignation. Some senators walked out on the Senate President, Ahmad Lawan, on Wednesday after he allegedly refused the minority leader, Senator Philip Aduda, to allow them to lead the motion on the impeachment of the president, Muhammadu Buhari. Aduda and some other senators of the People's Democratic Party then walked out of the plenary. People are now calling for impeachment, and I don't know why it's such a big deal because the president himself has said he's done. He's ready to go. So if he's ready to go, maybe they can help him. Isn't he currently in Liberia?
Somewhere, yes.
Yeah, he's not even in the country. I wonder if they would have done it if he was in attendance, though. Because, I mean, you've had many chances to tell him that you are done and you should have called for impeachment. Why wait till now?
When it's almost quarter to go. I have a feeling, let me not say what's on my mind, because it's
say what is on your mind.
It's like a conspiracy theory. You know how people are saying that if something happens in 2023 and Peter Obi is eventually elected as president, that he's going to face the threat of being impeached because of the majority in the House that are not his party. So maybe they want to do like a preamble.
So that it won't be like,
so that when it happens,
so when it happens in the future. We did it with Buhari as well. But he would have to be found guilty of something to be able to be impeached. So with the way he claims to be so squeaky clean, they may not succeed.
In Nigeria, they'll be all right. So my story is actually interesting. If I can find the story.
Yeah. What is it about? What is it
What
pertaining
is my
to?
story actually or today? Oh yeah, bread, right? You know, we have been talking about we're still going to talk about
You've
bread
been on the
Friday.
bread matter since last
I've been
week.
on this bread matter since. So the bakers, they say that they ended the strike. They now decided to just hike the price of bread. So let me read the news. It says the Premium Bakers Association of Nigeria says it has suspended its 4-day warning strike, which began, on Thursday, as I mentioned earlier. Speaking in an exclusive interview with The Punch on Thursday, the PBAN president, that's Emmanuel Onora, said his members had resolved to increase prices of bread in order to cushion the impact of the harsh operation or operating environment. He said, we have ended the warning strike and slash withdrawal of services. We finished it on Monday and we have resumed business. We have begun production and selling of bread since Monday. It says master bakers have started too, and we ended it at the same time. So it was a joint resolution from the masters baker and PBAN. So we have started work, but going forward, the prices have gone up. I mean, I was trying to reach my friend that owns the bakery in Ikorodu.
Yeah.
So eventually I spoke to his older sister and she was telling me that, that day what they just did when all this drama started happening with hike and price increment and all of that, they just shut down. They are shutting down till further notice until things stabilize because it was for them.
It's only going to get worse though.
No, for them it wasn't feasible. I mean, that's the thing. That was the conversation we were having now when we were asking the baker lady. We're still gonna we're bringing another baker again on Friday. She's gonna come in again to explain because you see the truth about this baking thing is
the prices are never going to come down. So why don't you just
for different bakers?
people,
So the more we hear from all bakers.
We'll hear different opinions and how other people are.
So they have just decided, what, we're shutting down. There's no point because if we look at it, it is running. We are running. Anything we're going to do, we're going to run at a loss. Because again, you must factor in. That's why I said bakers' experiences are different. A baker in Ikorodu is a different baker from Lekki. Lekki, if you increase your price, look, I told you I'm buying bread at 1,000 naira.
They will collect
They'll still buy it. But imagine you are buying a bread in Ikorodu
the fresh agege one that you want to use
for like 250, 300, and someone now tells you to come and pay 500, 700. Would you pay? No. So the market where you are, your location also now impacts whether you're going to be able to sell, survive the price hike.
Yes.
So I mean, there are too many factors
to be considered, but there is no way they will get around it because we will still have to eat bread.
Yeah.
It's just like the same way they keep saying about fuel. When they want to increase the price, they tell you that they're going to increase the price. You complain, they make it scarce. When they make it scarce, and you start buying black market, and then they bring it, you start buying it. They'll do it with bread as well and anything else. People will bring out the money.
I'm telling
because
you.
we don't have a choice. It's just a pity.
We don't have a choice. All right, so on that note, let's take a break. We want to discuss business of food. Stay with us.